Hey, Fitzee here, back at it again with another one for you. I'm on the garage here tonight, revamping my welding cart. I got another welder now in the shop, and basically I had to revamp my welding cart to fit it because it's a bigger welder. I always say and tell everybody that comes around that goes out and buys new welders, I always say you want to have a lot of fun and get used to welding and putting together cool projects. Build yourself a welding cart. Pick up some old scrap steel, put it together, and have a bit of fun doing it. Well, this is my little contraption that I came up with about 15 years ago. I dreamed it up for around the shop and doing mobile service and whatnot. So I'm going to go over it now, show you what I did to it to make the changes to it, and show you how it works. Stick around. I picked up another welder and I want to modify my welding cart. I'm a firm believer, if you buy a MIG welder, your first project should be your welding cart. I know you can buy welding carts and they're cheap and everything, but it's always fun to experiment with them. I built this design here, oh God, 15-20 years ago. I designed it so it was easy to maneuver around. I could take it out by the door, I could run over stuff, move it around. It didn't roll around on the floor on me when it was laid down. That's the reason why there's no front wheels on it. It's set up so that you just tip it back. The welder's locked in place between that piece of angle iron and that piece of angle iron. You can just wheel it around, much the same as you would action acetylene tanks. And if it had to have wheels on the front of it, I had problems years ago with the wheels used to roll in and hit cars, right? When they were rolling around. At least this way here now is permanent. But the problem I got is my old welder was smaller here, and it was smaller here. So what I got to do is I got to change all this. So I figured I'll just make a little video of the process of making a little welding cart. All you need is a few wheels. You can do 4-wheel setup and build them the way everybody builds them. Things I like is balance. The tank is mounted behind. I like to have the welding machine high off the floor. A lot of machines are mounted and they're really low. They're probably here somewhere. And I find that for like working on trucks or high sections roofs and stuff like that, you're always stretching your leads. So I like to have my welder mounted up high. Well, the first thing I got to do now is I got to cut this all up. I'm going to leave the very bottom alone. And I think these two uprights were the tank mounts. I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to cut everything else off and start from there. Well, I made short order of that. I just hacked everything off. It was in the way. I left all the bottom of it alone. There's a dozen ways you can build these. I've made, the very first one I ever made, I made out of a shopping cart. I just cut the top off it and had it kicking around, and then I've done a dozen different ways and changed them all up. And I had this design done probably about 15-20 years ago, and I kind of liked it to the point that I've had to make it a couple of them since. This will be my third one now that I'll be making. Well, I'm making it from the second one. The one thing I found is, that I never liked about the carts you buy is they're made out of flat steel and they're boxed, and I found they had a tendency to get full of dirt a lot. I like building them so there's no bottom in everything, like everything's opened. So there's nowhere that dust can build up and stuff like that. Guys builds them so he has hooks on for hanging stuff on and putting their tools on. I try to keep it simple because all I want on the welder is the welder itself. But everybody got their preferences. You know, you can sit down in the night time. Maybe you got the lack of space in your shop and you want to rig something up that'll fit underneath a bench. Well, by all means do that. But I really think that, like, you know, this is always a great first project for when you buy a welder and you never welded before. One of the things you should do is, after you're ready to go and you got the design picked out and you got the bit of steel picked up and you start putting it all together, is before you start welding anything, just sit down with your welder and take a bunch of scrap steel and start welding with it and set your welder up. You can check out my other video, how to set up a MIG welder for sheet metal, as the basics of how to set up a MIG welder for use. So if you have a look at that video, you'll get an idea and just sit around and play around with it. And then when you're happy with how your welds are coming out on a flat piece of steel, then you can start building stuff. All I've ever done, as you can see, there's no bottom in it. It's just 4 pieces of 1-inch angle iron welded together. The problem I got is this frame is too small. So between this frame and the 2 uprights, I'm going to make a new frame for the base of the welder. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the measurements off the base of the welder, lay it up on the bench here, and figure out how big the box on the bottom got to be. So all I got done, I'm overlapping them, weld them together. I'm not getting fancy with this. You can spend hours and hours and hours at your welding cart. If you want to, feel free, go ahead. There's not a thing wrong with it. But for me, I want to spend most of my time doing cool stuff and building wild stuff. And mocking together a welding cart is not one of them. So all I'm going to do here now is I'm going to weld the 4 corners. Weld all of them together like that. That's the size of the box got to be. I got to make sure they're square so they fits in it. And that'll be the first stage of it. So I'll get all that welded up there now. So all I did is I just clamped it onto it. There's a bit of a plate system there where I welded this bracket on the back side of it for the tank that angles it up. I wanted it on a bit of an angle. Don't want it straight out. I want it tipped up. So that will be that straight away there. And so all I'll do now is I'll weld that on there. That's not half bad. I got that welded on. Just welded across top there, on the sides. Again, I never get fussy with these. I had a lot of fun making them. See how fast I can build the things. I've probably got 15 minutes, 20 minutes into this now, just cutting it up and then re-welding stuff back together again. And I might have an hour in this night by the time I'm finished. But let's just show you, you haven't got to be fussy with stuff. And I need some legs for the front. I got an abundance of this lighting pipe. It's extremely old, it's galvanized, so I have to grind the galvanized off it. Do not go well in galvanized if you don't have to. I got a couple pieces of this here. I prefer not to be galvanized, but I'll make do. I'll clean it up and I'll weld it up and use that for the legs and the front of it. Okay, I got the upright back on it again, and the way it worked out best kind. The welders were the same height as the old welder, so that fits in over the top of that. And all I had to do is I had to put a little splittener here on both sides and widen this out a little small bit on the bottom because of the way the back of this is a little bit wider, and I wanted this here to fall in between this here. So I just cut it, split it, and bent it out. I'm going to weld all it up solid there now. Dress that up. Or I might dress it up. I don't know. I just had a lot of fun playing with these old things, making stuff up simple and not being overly fussy. Sometimes when you're fussy with stuff, it gets frustrating. And then every now and again, you just got to take a little project and just go to hell with it. Okay, this is what I got done. Got them all welded in around there. I went and cut it and bent it in just so it was half smooth looking. Again, it's a welding cart for me. I'm never fancy with them. So I got this done now. I'm going to take the welder and put it in his new home. That's the way the tank fits in there. Just falls down the side there. Set up now that I can take this here now. I can tip this back. And as you can see, the tank is not going nowhere. It's in there secure. It touches in the front up here. And on the back here. And down, it's pretty well boxed in on the bottom as well, from the front and the back. And then the flat bar keeps it from coming out the back end of it. So that's in there. Now, some guys would probably want to use a bigger bottle. I've been using the small bottle for years. I used to get the bigger bottle, but no, it's more convenient for this because I've done a lot of what I call mobile services, where I went out working on antique cars and other people's garages. And the big bottle's too hard to move around. This is much better. And I'm usually going through about a roll and a half of the 11-pound roll, which is the big roll of wire per one of these tanks when I set the gas up right. Now, putting the welder on it, I got this lip here and I got this box section down here. What ends up happening is this slides in underneath this here and falls into that, like so. Now that's held in place. That's not going to fall out. Knock that back and forth, that's not going nowhere. Unless you turn the bottom up now, and you're not going to turn the bottom up. But as you can see, I can take the welder now, and the welder's mobile now. And so, where do you put your cord and all that when you're not using it? All I do is I wrap around this. Some guys will put hooks on the sides of these for hanging stuff up. The problem I don't like about that is because something's going to tear up the cover off and hook in it all the time. Or worse again, scratch a customer's car with it. So, all of those, I just wraps it around the handle. So, nothing fancy. Shows that through there. And that's the welder all stored away. And that's the extent of it. I don't have nothing else on it. No other things, no places to put spools of wire. There's no bottom in it here to collect dust or dirt. There's no bottom in it here to collect dust or dirt. And just a quick blow off every now and again, everything's fine as going. Now, I got this on 2 wheels set up like this. If you're ever working in the shop and you've had a mess on the floor and you got to move the welder from one end of the shop to the other end of the shop, it becomes a tangle. This system, straightforward. I can take this now and go right out across the shop over everything. Tires are rubber, and that's it. Two tires are just them old kart tires. There's no amount of air in them. They're pretty flat, just enough in them so they can go over objects and everything without bouncing all over the place. I come up with this pretty well on my own, trying to figure it out. And the reason for the front haven't got wheels on it. Okay, now you can see that there and the round pipe is on it. I can still move this around the floor. Right? When I'm working on a job or something and I want it, I'll just reach over and I'll grab it, pull it closer to me. The problem you got, a lot of times if you got wheels on the front of it, it's got to want to find itself and move itself around, and you end up running over the cords. So there you have it, simple little welding cart. You get out in the garage, get your new welder out and go pick up some scrap steel and table legs and old shopping carts and put something together. It's a bit of fun. Like you haven't got to be going have everything precise and perfect and everything. You know, a lot of times you have fun just cobbling things together times. We all enjoy a little bit of fun like that. I played with this evening. I might have an hour put into doing the revamp on this, if that at all. And, you know, I wasn't, like, I could sit down and I can fit everything together nice and put real nice edgings on them and corners and cut the angle iron on angles and have it all right nice and pretty. But no. So, anyway, that's another one. Hope tips were good, and until next time. There, I got it all welded up. Wait, you give it up. You knew I was going video, didn't you? You friggin' nuisance, you.